Hey all, this is 102 Boku coming at you with another movie review, and as you can see, this time it is still within the children's section area, and it is Madagascar. Now, as many of you could say once again, you know, my filming review choices can be weird, and I agree they can because I tend to like a lot of bizarre, weird films that other people may like, but others may not find as entertaining. But hey, hey, that is what this, in many ways, is really about. And I must say that, see, that this is a film that I admit when I first saw it, I didn't think much of it. I didn't, think this movie would have been enjoyable by any means or have a good process or anything like that. So I thought this film, Madagascar, would be a complete waste of time. And it turned out after a few more watches after the first time. And because I'll admit, the first time I saw the film, it was okay, but it was actually the second time around that I was like, this film is actually pretty well done. It was really good. It was entertaining, great voice cast. So I appreciated Madagascar more as the time went on and stuff was developing better with it and everything that was connected in a great way. And let's see. To go upon the way of the story in Madagascar here, you have main characters who are all on this cover. Alex the lion there, who is voiced by Ben Stiller. He loves the zoo life, he loves the city life, and he's just loving entertaining people. He loves how things are done and how his life is, and you actually see in the movie when they're in the zoo that they get treated really well, they get everything they need, and all of them in many ways love it. And I love this movie mainly because they all act like people greatly, and it's really funny to see him. Ben Stiller brings that up so well, like the true New Yorker style, and he's very entertaining, very funny, and his humor comes out well in this film. And Ben Stiller is a great writer. He was a great voice for Alex, and his character really shows through. The next one I do believe, yeah, is the one who actually is the catalyst start to this movie. The zebra there, Marty, played by Chris Rock, who is Alex's Ben Stiller's best friend. He basically keeps dreaming about living in wide open spaces. He wants more to life, and he wants something different. Because in the zoo, he's bored of the zoo life, even though they get treated well at the zoo like people. He's, tired of it. He wants more. He wants a bit more freedom. And, Marty tells his friends about this, and, uh, his other friends don't buy it as well. They think he's crazy, or they think, maybe he's just wanting a little too much. So, they try to talk to him, but Marty doesn't listen, and Marty actually tries to go to Grand Central Station to go to Connecticut, or where they believe the wide open spaces are, and that's what actually gets them sent away to the zoo to Madagascar on the island, because while the penguins, these funny penguins who get roughed up with them, or not roughed up, roped up with them into going to Madagascar originally, or in this case Africa, which is where they were originally headed. They escape. They basically kidnap and take over the boat, and they send the crew and everything else to Antarctica. And basically, while Alex and the friends fight, they get dumped over in the boat, and they roll around and they go onto shore in Madagascar, where they all end up, and everyone is a little terrified. Marty's all for it, and there's many different things. So Marty character, freedom for his life. And hold on here, computer's running out of battery. My apologies, guys. Did that do it? Yeah, there it did. That did it. That did it. Did it very well. Alrighty. And then you have I believe, yes, you have the giraffe, who is played by David Schwimmer, and the giraffe, shoot, what's his name? Oh, Melman. Melman, that's his name. Melman, the giraffe, voiced by, once again, David Schwimmer, is, the stereotypical, germaphobe character. He, always needs to be taken care of, needs his doctors, he needs everything, and, once again, when the group heads to Madagascar, it's like a freak out for him, and he's wondering how he's going to get taken care of, and, will he have a good life there, and, Melman's just the worrywart of the group, yet he knows everything about, like, intelligence and public transportation and stuff like that, so Melman's actually a very intelligent character, and, sort of a problem solver, I guess, of the group, and I have to say, not a big, huge fan of David Schwimmer, but this is probably one of my favorite movies where he's in, because he actually fits in well with the group. He actually has good chemistry with the Madagascar group, and, everything is, really cool and fun. And then there is, the hippo, voiced by Jada Pinkett Smith, Gloria, and once again is a sort of said in the audio commentary for Madagascar that I listened to. They mentioned how it was shocking to have Jada Pinkett Smith play the hippo character because, she's more, they're like saying beautiful and graceful, but they didn't view it as fat because, hippos are sort of a beautiful and graceful creature and they're just strong-willed and built, which is why they said Jada Pinkett Smith fits the character. And, it really worked well because Gloria is sort of a, two-fisted, like, I'm going to set things straight. If you guys can't decide, I'm going to pound you. So she's sort of like the enforcer friend of the group. And Jada Pinkett Smith plays that off really well in this movie. And she, really is a character who brings everyone together and will fight for them and will do everything that they need. And all these different things. Jada Pinkett Smith plays it so well. And let's see. And there's actually a few more characters to note. There's Sacha Baron Cohen, which, once again, one of the few favorite films I like him. Sorry, guys, I'm not a fan of LEG or Borat, so, can't credit Sacha Baron Cohen for those because I'm not a big fan of those movies. But I will say in Madagascar, he did a great King Julian. This guy who is a party lemur and a king, and he's very arrogant, flamboyant, and fresh. And, like, what happens is when they get to Madagascar, there are just a bunch of lemurs who are trying to survive from the Fusa, who are these wild cats, and the Fusa eat lemurs, and they got this bright idea that if they bring in these other animals, especially Alex, which at this time, spoiler alert here for those who wish to see the movie, when Alex gets to Madagascar, at first he hates it, but then he's brought in by everybody, and, he's starting to love it and, like it, but then what happens is he gives into his wild urges and a craving for meat because, lions need meat to survive. They don't eat grass and other things like the others do. So he starts losing that. But it's like when Julian sees that at first, he's like, they're saying they could use the lion's teeth and image to scare the Fuso away to keep them safe. And he's sort of like, let's use this, because they could be, us, they could obey me and worship their king, da-da-da. Sacha Baron Cohen does a great job, and he actually did a remake. They had him do a remake rendition of I Like to Move It in the film, which he actually sings and does really good. And I've actually heard both the original song version and the version that Sacha Baron Cohen sings. I gotta say, I like Sacha Baron Cohen a lot better than the original version of the film. And there's also Cedric the Entertainer, who is a little bit of an older lemur, who is voiced by, Cedric the Entertainer voices Maurice, who is an older lemur who is under King Julian's service and, helps Julian out. And Maurice is the more intelligent, more realistic of the lemurs. He tries to, see, hey, King Julian, you have this great plan, but there's flaws in your plan, or don't you see how much of a fool you're acting right now, or being an idiot, Julian refuses to see it, but that's what Cedric the Entertainer plays. He's like the voice of his people, and, he's trying to also keep King Julian in line at a lot of times, but it's really hard for him to do, but Cedric the Entertainer plays it really well because he's sort of like that. He's sort of the goofy guy, but yet he also could play the intelligent and authority figure character, so it works for him. And then lastly, there's also Andy Richter, who does the funny Mort, who looks like a baby lemur, but they said in the audio commentary Mort's like in his 30s or 40s, but because of the way he looks, he just acts like a child, a scary little child. And I have to say, Andy Richter played it perfectly. He nailed it, and it's just really cool to see Andy Richter doing voice work. Because personally, I do like Andy Richter as an actor, and I don't think he gets as much press or credit as he does for the things he's done as a comedian. But I mean, he just played Mort, this little cute guy. I don't know if you can see him, but yeah, he's right there. That's him right there. That's Mort. Just plays that cute little guy so well, and the patheticness of Mort is just so hilarious, and also the ditziness too. But overall, Madagascar, once again, it's a good film, and it is an entertaining film. I mean, once again, it's sort of a point A to point B with mishap thrown into it adventure, but it's just very fun. It's got great comedians in it. It's got, great moments, great funny moments. There are a lot of pop culture references, but they fit well into this film, and there's like spoofings of Chariots of Fire, Louis Armstrong's, Wonderful World, several other things. There's like several other sensual jokes and adult jokes, and oh yeah, there's a Twilight Zone book where how to serve lemurs, and the lemurs screaming, it's a cookbook, and things like that. So overall, it is an entertaining movie. I would suggest people to see this film because once again, the animation may not be as great as some of the other DreamWorks predecessors, but it's actually fun. It is cartoony in many ways, and it is a very enjoyable movie. So I would give Madagascar give this, I think what I was thinking about, I give this movie like a sort of a tie between 7 or 8 out of 10. I think I give it a 7 because, it's funny, it's not the greatest, but it's still a funny movie, and it's an enjoyable film, and I give it to that credit. So, I think it's a good film. And, what do you guys think? Do you think Madagascar is a good film? Cool. Or if you think there's other good DreamWorks titles that there could be, just, leave me a comment and, tell me what you think and just let me know how it goes for you and what you thought of the film. So, till then, this is 012 Boku coming at you with a review. I will try to get another one to you guys hopefully soon, okay? Alright, see you guys.